you add weights to it to make it, to balance whatever size camera you got, so.
Wow, now that's a pot.
Yeah, it is.
Take a picture of that.
Yeah. Definitely wash a baby in that.
Where'd you ever get that pot?
Believe it or not, an antique dealer in Iowa.
Huh.
When we actually found that one, it was still silver colored yet. With cast iron, when it hasn't been heated, stays silver. A gal planted flowers in it and decided to sell it because it was heavy.
I'll be.
Hey, it worked for you.
Exactly.
Never seen one that big before.
Well, we do a lot of fabric dyeing and stuff as part of what we do is stamping calico, fabric dyeing, kind of the
really?
millinery. And that's one of the easier basins to actually be able to dye in.
Huh.
Yeah, eventually now that you may stand a 50-50 chance of not being blown off the face of the earth.
Right.
She's gonna, she does the dyeing, fabric dyeing.
So later on
we're making old-time calico.
Huh.
We've got, I've got the stamp, well, we've got one of them up. This is one of our stamps. We hand-carved all of those. Because they were all wood block stamped on canvas.
Huh.
And as soon as we can get some things set up, we're gonna.
It's fighting the rain, and it's one of those projects you just can't do in the rain.
You might be doing something after a while.
Hopefully here in just a little bit.
What do you guys use for your dyes?
Right now I've used everything from, this is turmeric. Just like you find in your spice cabinet at home for Asian cooking.
Yeah?
That does a really, really bright yellow. This one's indigo powder, which would have been an import at the time, or from the southern colonies. Did have a limited supply. This is sumac berry. It actually does kind of a peachy yellow color. And then this one is black tea, or one of the standards you'll see a lot of guys in kind of the beige brown shirts. A lot of that's coffee dyed.
Really?
And we do have coffee beans and stuff out that I'll try to get going later.
Well, I'll be.
That one's tea. That's one of my son's shirts.
That you just can't hand wash. That's
Sure.
not dry yet. And of course he's worn it a lot. He's been,
That's all right.
the ink is permanent. That's that one.
Some of the fun stuff we get to do.
So what period clothing are you girls wearing?
It kind of crosses timelines is what it does.
Okay.
It would have started almost the 1500s Renaissance time, and then things didn't change till about 1750. Because
Well, that made things simpler.
Yeah, it's a lot of work
natural
clothes is
organic
where it
dyes
was pretty basic. You had your chemis, your skirt, your apron, depending on either the snod, the mod cap, or you'll see a lot of gals in a round ear cap that have a little ruffle and then they drape down.
Okay.
That's a little bit more 17th, 18th, where like
And
this
like
one I'm falling a little further back than a lot of them.
1500s that would have been standard work attire. And then by the time you get into the 1600s and 1700s, then they started doing more like the ladies wore this as you had clothing that signified where you were in society.
Status, class.
Yeah, so this would have been more of a ladies snod, but she'd have been more in the tradesperson look.
Okay.
And
So
then
you're the
as-
boss in this operation?
That was how that one would work. Yeah.
And basically, they would have, as time went on, they didn't wear them so much daytime during about the late 1700s.
It kind of went to a
It
nightcap.
became the nightcap.
Okay.
And then they did the round-eared bonnet with the ruffles, and they did more of the hats and things you'll see out here.
You'll see a lot of the ladies.
Now, like that vest you have on, what period is that?
This is buckskin. This would be for trade era.
Okay.
But they also wore them even during like the Renaissance time period and stuff too, because it was the women that used to hunt. But they wore the pretty much the low-end people wore the fur.
Okay.
And the hides and stuff like that. So this is another thing. It's a standard general. It's a French bodice. So we are French millinerie.
Okay.
Put it that way. And then you'll see some ladies out here with like the cloth vests on that are a little longer. Those are an English bodice.
Okay.
And there's another thing that it stayed pretty much the same until well after the Revolutionary War and just prior to the Civil War. And you're going to get some of that out here because this stretches from, what did I say, 1650 up until 1830 or 1840.
Yeah.
This one.
I heard after today it has to be 1840 or you're out of here.
Yeah,
It's pretty close. You got to
Yeah.
be really, really tight. Like this afternoon, I think it's at 6 o'clock, is a camp meeting, and they'll literally have us all go over and meet in the council area, and they
okay.
run through what you can and can't have
Oh,
out, where
okay.
you can and can't be. and after that it gets pretty strict. It's official
Oh,
at
yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
But that's when all the fun starts too.
And what happens is we're in what they call the short-term camping area. These are people that came out for the weekend mainly, and then they may come back next weekend, or there may be new people in this section right here.
Oh, okay.
As you walk around further, you're in long-term stuff. Those guys came out on like Wednesday, Thursday. They will be out here till next Monday probably.
And that's a very, very rustic. I mean, you'll see a lot of vehicles in and out of here. Some
Some have
people in
been
their jeans sitting with other people because they've got family out here. Back that direction is a whole different story.
I'll bet.
Yeah,
It's
that's where that's
official.
the part you really want to see.
They're neat.
Even the traders, as you go down here, you'll see capotes, and the gentleman that's kind of right on the corner and to the left has got some beautiful fur or skins, elk hide. He's got the headdresses. He's got the Indian wool
Oh.
gowns and stuff, and men's clothes. And there's millinery further that he's actually doing the beaver fur hats.
Nice.
So.
We need to get you a new sign here, information center.